Hello YouTube, EasyGoing MC back with another Minecraft video. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to build the Enderman farm I recently built in EasyGoing Survival. I had a lot of people request I give a tutorial for how to build this farm, so I decided to make a tutorial for it. A quick side note is that this is not my original idea. These types of farms have been around for a very long time now. I'm simply doing this as you guys requested it, and I hopefully can teach you guys something and show you how to build a pretty awesome farm as well. Let's now get into how this farm works, as well as a couple features of it. The first of which is that the Endermen are put in this tube for you to kill using your sword sweeping attack very easily, as they're all one punch kill, as you can see right here. And it'll produce enough experience to the point where this thing is actually a max XP Enderman farm, meaning that you're taking in so much XP that your player can't even handle that much and take it in that fast. So you're basically getting the maximum amount of XP from this farm that you can get from any Enderman farm. Now let's get into how the Endermen are teleported down the drop tube. So the drop tube consists of a bunch of rings that are less than 3 blocks wide, or 3 blocks apart, meaning that the Endermen cannot be pushed out. But the Endermen are actually lured by this Endermite, because Endermen are aggroed towards Endermites. As we can see, as soon as these guys spawn in, they get mad and start running towards the Endermite. However, they run off the trapdoors, which they consider to be full blocks, and just fall down to a one-hit kill down below. This farm is really simple. The only required resources are going to be slabs, trapdoors, and then the minecart and name tag in order to name your Endermite as well as hold it in the place. All this redstone down below I do recommend, as it is nice to have, as it provides storage for your enderpearls as well as a way to dispose of the excess. However, it's actually not required. You can actually just drop these guys on the blocks if you want. Let's now get into how to build this farm, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the tutorial. Alright guys, now let's take a look at what you need to build this farm before we begin the tutorial. So to build this, the main thing you're going to need is a ton of slabs. I'm estimating around a single chest worth of slabs. However, it could be more, it could be less. It sort of depends on how you do it. Like, you could make the platform bigger, as I'll get into, or you could also make the bottom platform where you're killing them larger. So it kind of depends on that. You can use any slab you like. This can be cobblestone or wood even. Just make sure it's slabs so Enderman can't pick it up. Then you're also going to need 8 trapdoors. You're going to need a minecart. You're going to need a couple of rails. However, these are temporary, so you don't actually need to use them in the farm at the end result. You are going to need a name tag, so you can name the Endermite that you're going to spawn in, probably using a stack or 2 of enderpearls. It's about a 1 in 20 chance. However, these should be pretty easy to get given you're in the end and there's Endermen everywhere now. If you do choose to build the same collection system and as well as trash system I have on my farm that I built in EasyGoing Survival, you're going to need 21 hoppers, 8 chests, 9 carpets, 2 comparators, 4 repeaters, and 6 redstone dust. So let's get into building this farm. I'm actually going to build it out of stone slabs to make block counting a little easier for you guys. So the first thing you need to do is you need to build away from the outer end island, and this is to prevent Endermen from spawning here and reducing the rates of your farm. So the bare minimum you need to go away is 128 blocks. However, to give you some freedom to move around, I recommend that you travel approximately 140 blocks away. So what you can do is you can just take your slabs, make sure they're half slabs so no Endermen can spawn on them, and just basically bridge out 140 blocks just out in that direction. And then once you've done that, I'll meet you over there. Alright guys, once you're 140 blocks away, yeah, you're just basically in the middle of the void. It's even outside of my render distance, so I do have that set pretty low. So the next step is you're going to want to build up a little platform, and there are 2 ways you can do this. Essentially, there's one way. So the first way is you just continue placing half slabs out on the platform, which is the way I'm going to do it in this because this is the cheapest way and the way I did it in EasyGoing Survival. Or what you can do is you can get a full block of your choice, and then you can place carpet twice on top of it. And this will basically allow you to move freely around without having to have a roof, because Enderman can't teleport on the double carpet. So that's another way you could do it. I'm just going to show you this method. So basically just build out however big of a platform you want, and then just go 2 blocks up like so, and then build a roof of top half slabs just on top like this, and we'll spawn proof this later so they can't teleport it to it. But for now you can just build this roof, and this means that wherever your platform is, there's not a 3 block gap for Enderman to get into, So you're basically set from this standpoint. So just build this little platform however big you want it, with a roof on top or the double carpet trick I just showed you. So once you've done that, I'll meet you once you have a bit of a platform set up. So now we're going to go ahead and put the killing system in. The recap, you should have 2.5 block gap in between your bottom half slab floor, and then also you're using bottom half slabs as your roof, so Endermen can't spawn on either. In fact, they can't even fit in here, which is why it's 2.5 blocks and not 3 blocks. But now we're going to put the killing system in. So the first thing you want to do is come to one of the edges of your platform, or wherever you're going to do this, and just make sure you have 2 temporary blocks so you can place hoppers running into them. And just go on the one side, place in 4 hoppers, just like so. And I recommend doing something like that maybe. And on this side, you just want to finish off the 3x3 grid with 5 hoppers. This is essentially splitting the enderpearls in order to allow them to not clog the system, as you're going to be producing enough enderpearls, especially if you use looting, to the point where 1 hopper can't even handle it. However, with this farm, 2 hoppers should be plenty. So the next thing you want to do is just place 9 carpet on top of the hoppers like so. Make sure you do this now because this is going to get a lot harder as Endermen are just constantly streaming in from the farm. So make sure you place this 9 carpet right now. So the next thing we're going to do is build the rings that prevent the Endermen from teleporting or getting pushed out while they're falling. So the first thing you want to do is just come to your half slab roof and just basically extend it in a ring around the hoppers. So there should be, if you do this correctly, a 3x3 hole on which the Endermen are going to be able to fall, just like so. And then what you want to do is you want to just go up 2 blocks, so there's a 2 block gap, and place a ring of top half slabs. And this is just going to make counting easier at the top half slabs. And you can actually continue to use temporary full blocks because you can put a ladder on them and that'll make it really easy to get up and down. After this point, every 3rd block, you just want to place a top half slab, so you're leaving the maximum amount of space you can without being able to push the Enderman out, which is 2.5 blocks. So you're just going to repeat this process over and over again until you get 42 blocks above the base of the hoppers. So in my instance, I'm at Y57, so I'm going to build up to Y level 99, which is 42 blocks above where I am now. However, if you're at a Y55, then that'd be Y level 97 you're building to, so it sort of depends. So wherever you are, just add 42 blocks to this total right here, and that's where you want to be when you're at the very tippy top. As you're approaching the top, you'll quickly realize it's not going to be like it's not going to exactly line up. Like the 3rd block is going to be the top. In that case, it is not the biggest deal in the world. Just place your blocks, continue your pattern, and then when you're at the top, if there's anything left, in this case it's only 1 block, just place another ring. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. You're going to need to have blocks here anyways. So yeah, you can actually make the top block a full block in this case. So yeah, once you have your top ring, just make that a full block. You can just use the slabs as you have been. Now you should have this ring up top. So this is eventually going to be the drop chute upon which the Endermen drop. But the first thing we need to do is we need to build a giant spawning platform for these guys to spawn on and then eventually fall to their death. So to do that, we're going to build basically a giant square of top half slabs. So the first thing you want to do is you want to come to your 3x3 and on the back side, so I recommend the side that's facing the end, you want to come out in either direction 25 blocks. So 25 blocks out in that direction, and then you want to do the same thing on the other side, so another 25 blocks, just like so. And then, of course, coming out from this side, facing the front of the farm, so like away from the end island, you want to come out another 25 blocks. So this is where some decisions come into play. So this is what I kind of recommend as a decent starting platform. However, if you really wanted to, you could even go 25 blocks out in this direction. And I'll put the number on screen now, but the Endermite lures the Enderman to a very great range, to the point where you could build this way, way bigger if you wanted to. However, this is kind of what I recommend. This is what I built on EasyGoing Survival, and I'm fairly certain this is a max XP farm with this size of a spawning platform. So ultimately, this is what I recommend. However, you can go smaller if you want to. You could build half of it or 2/3 of it if you don't have enough slabs. But this is kind of what I recommend as a good starting point. Just 25 blocks out from each side. And now, of course, you've guessed it. Basically, you just want to connect the sides up the corners up in a giant square, a giant rectangle on this on this side of the spawning drop chute, and basically just fill the whole thing in with top half slabs. This will definitely be the longest step of the farm, so just get ready, place a bunch of blocks, put on some music, and yeah, we'll go place those blocks, and I'll meet you guys when we're done with that step. After you've done that, it should look something like this, a big platform. Enderman should even start spawning in if you get far away enough from it. Now we're actually going to put in the trapdoors, which essentially allow the Enderman to walk off. They're attracted to the trapdoors, and essentially they'll just walk off. Usually the easiest way to do this is just place 3 on 2 of the sides and 1 on the other sides, and that basically covers up every single block, and they can run off with ease. The next step you're going to want to do is just place 1 block right here as a temporary block off of that trapdoor. Then you'll place 2 more temporary blocks, and then you want to place your block upon which it's going to be sit. I usually just put it on a top half slab, just like so. This is where your Endermite's going to end up sitting. And then around this top half slab, you're going to want to use more temporary blocks. So just place some just like this. Just make a 2x1 little container so something can't escape and Enderman can't see in there. And then you want to place a rail on top of the block on which the Endermite is going to sit. So in this case, the stone slab. At this point, you just want to spam pearls into this temporary block until an Endermite spawns. It's a 1 in 20 chance, so it might take some time, but eventually you should get one. When you do, you're going to want to have your name tag and your minecart ready, which I do not currently, but I will get ready. And this basically is very critical for the next step. As you can see, we got one spawning in, so let me just grab the minecart real quick. So the first thing you want to do is name it fairly quickly, as you have 2 minutes before it despawns. But now that it's named, it will never despawn. So the next thing you want to do is basically just get this thing into a minecart. So you might have to place a second rail down. Then push it over to the rail that's on the temporary block. You can break this rail and then push it back over to its resting place. And you can actually just start breaking all the temporary blocks. And as you can see, it starts lagging and as all these Endermen begin to see it. And you want to break these blocks as well. And as you can see, they're just pouring in now. There's a ton of them. Yeah. We'll spawn proof this later. As you can see, they're all on 1-hit kill now. There you go. Half a heart. If you use sweeping edge, they'll all be good. So yeah, your farm is complete, but stick around if you want to see how to do the hopper collection system, as well as prevent Endermen from teleporting up to this thing. Now I'm going to show you how to put in the item collection system I have on EasyGoing Survival. So the first thing you want to do is you're actually going to break these blocks right here, and you might have to use some water to get down here, but you want to place a chest just like so, 1 block lower, just like this, right below your floor, and you want to place this. You can place 2 side by side. You can even place some down here if you want. It's sort of however big you want it to be. I'll just do 2 side by side like that. Then you want to place 2 hoppers going into them, and then what you want to do is you want to place a dropper right here, and this is actually going to go into the void. And you want to place just 3 hoppers going across just like that. And you're going to do the same on both sides. The next step of what you want to do is you want to come around back and place a top half slab right here. And then you want to place a comparator coming off of that one and just going into a full block just like so. Then you want to place 2 more blocks right here. You want to place redstone dust here. Another block here of a repeater. And you want to place a full block right here with a piece of redstone dust on this side of it. And then what you can do next is you want to place a repeater right here. So it should look something like this. And then you can place a full block here and here off the edge of the repeater. And you can place another top half slab right there. Redstone dust. As you can see, whenever items go into this dropper, they'll basically just be spat out into the void, and you want to replicate this on the other side. However, you do want to prevent Endermen from teleporting here, so what you're going to do is you can either extend your roof over, or you could double carpet it. I'm just going to extend the roof over, just like so, therefore Endermen are not able to teleport. Yeah. And then you want to replicate that on the other side as well. Now this next step is very, very unnecessary, but if you want to prevent any Enderman from teleporting, I mean, as you can see, it's like 1 or 2 at a time. It's really not necessary, but in order to prevent them from teleporting, you have 2 options. This is probably the easiest, considering these are all half slabs. It's just to double carpet the areas. within like 50 blocks back that way so they can't teleport. Or alternatively, you can turn these into top blocks, um, top like full blocks, and just place water over it. And that will also prevent Enderman from teleporting. However, I'm going to do neither in this video as it's very unnecessary overall for the entirety of the farm. Just because like enough don't do it to warrant it, especially if you're just using this by yourself on your world. However, this means the farm is now complete. You can come in here with a sword and just sweeping edge and collect all of the experience. You do want to be careful not to like walk up here as they might get aggroed at you. However, if you need to collect some XP, if you look down, you're probably safe. Just be very careful. But yeah, you're set. The farm is done. If you want to get the guys in the back, you just come over to the corner. You can actually reach them. And yeah, it works out very, very well. So they just continue to flood in. You get a ton. Yeah, you can come back here, get these guys in the corner. And yeah, I mean, as you can see, it's not keeping up with the XP. Like my XP orbs are coming in too fast. So this is indeed a max XP. And this size of a pad is overkill even, as it gives me more XP than I can handle. So that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed this bonus tutorial for the week, I know it wasn't as formal as some of my other tutorials. I hope if you did like it, make sure to subscribe and like. If you want to see me build this farm in survival, I actually just did it a couple weeks ago on EasyGoing Survival. So make sure you check out the link in the description. I also would have put that on the screen at the beginning of the video as a card. So yeah, if you like the video, subscribe if you want to subscribe, and share with your friends as well. And if you do need any help with this farm or any advice or just want to chit chat, make sure to join my Discord. It is in the description. But other than that, guys, I hope you have an easygoing day, and I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.